Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So, I'm gonna do like a little life purpose reading. So I'm using the life purpose deck because I know it keeps coming up. Um, came up like once or twice, maybe 3 times. I'm not completely sure, but um, yeah. So I'm gonna see why it keeps coming up. What spirit wants to tell you. But before we get into that, we're gonna cleanse the space and the energy. But also, it's a collective reading. Take the parts that resonate with you. Leave the rest. It might not be your story. That's fine. That's okay. And yeah. So if you have headphones, turn it down. Okay. Let me see why it keeps coming up. So we have ancient at the cross. We have ancient knowledge, help, and dimensional with the oak guardian. Threshold answers open minded. So it's trying to help is being sent to you from another dimension. It could be like your spirit guides, an ancestor that's trying to help you discover. They're trying to communicate with you to help you give you the answers that you need to get through this. But you just have to be open minded to receiving those answers and those help. Oh, I thought the video was lagging. I was about to. So we have the Green Man, Nature, Connection, Source. And we have Portal with Change, Gateway, and New Beginnings. Right? They're trying to guide you through this threshold, right? This gateway, so you can gain this new beginning that you wanted. But you just have to be open to receiving help from them and doing what they said to do. Like you want the change, now you have to put in the work and the effort to get that change. And we have surrender, let go, freedom, and flow. Right? Because a change is a change. You have to let some things go. It might be a way of living. Certain people that you thought was going to be able to come with you on this journey, you might have to let them go. But because it's going to interfere with your sense of freedom in the way that you want to be free. You won't be able to do the things that you want to do with certain people around. Or it could interrupt the flow. And then we have White Stag with shape shifting, support, and other world. And then we have Peace Walker with peace, gentle, and forward. With that shape shifting being, how I'm going to use my shape shifting deck. But at the bottom of the deck, we have Master of the Hunt, speed, masculinity, and flow. Right? With this letting go, not the probably being impulsive is one thing that you have to let go. Learn to be patient. And Just going with the flow, realizing that you don't always have to know the answers, and things not always what they seem to appear to be. With the shape shifting in other words. Right? Because we can. The Spider Princess, the Serpentine Path of Power, and Artemis of the Forest with you are independent and free. Right? So to be in your power and to be, like I said before, like you might have to let some people go because if you don't, you won't be able, the sense of freedom that you're trying to have, you won't be able to have that with certain people being there. And with this Peace Walker, you moving forward and trying to like be more free and letting go of certain stresses and stuff like that. Some people might change and switch up on you, where some people, with the support being here, will, continue supporting you. Some of them might not. But you just gotta let it go and surrender and continue going with the flow. Like it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about that. So we have Miss Spiderweb of reconsider your alliances, make new connections. What I just said. Right? 14 on 14. See? Because you won't be able to be free the way that you think you will be, carrying certain people with you. And then we have the Mermaid of Immersion, complete commitment. This person doesn't need to be in your life anymore, so that's why it's important to release them and let them go. They creating some type of limitations. All right, then we have little sister, little brother, siblings, younger friends, responsibility. Because you might be taking responsibility for them when it's not really your responsibility. That you can care for them and want the best for them and try to help them, but you can't do it for them or carry them on your back and stuff like that. They have to take responsibility for their own well-being and survival, just like you have to. Right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Akashic Library is open. Right. New into the life purpose. Cause with this connection and then this friends, siblings, and yeah, alliances, it could be like I said, those people that you're connected to or surrounded by in your environment that you think are supporting you, but in reality, they are just trying to keep you stuck or slowing you down a little bit. Um, and like slowing you down from finding this gateway and getting this news beginning that you want. Then let's say like you do go after it, right? And then they switch up and you realize that they wasn't really supporting you the way that you would have support them. With this make new connections. Like your siblings will always be your siblings, but you know. You know they say that there's certain friends who be like, oh, like they like a brother to me and stuff like that. That kind of thing is like, might need to make some new connections. Choose wisely. because that's no. Okay, your family is what you was born into, but the one like the family that you die with isn't you well the one that you was born into, but it's also the one that you chose, you created, you made, and stuff like that. So that's why it's like choose wisely. We have sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Like I just said, choose wisely. I got a boogie in my hair talking about keep it 100. Like you don't got room for liars, manipulation, and people that just trying to use you. It's just like just be honest, okay? Like and then we have Arthur. You have a book inside of you that wish to be expressed. Make time to write it. There's a lot of different Arthurs. You can figure out which type of Arthur you about to be. I don't know. Could be a song. Could be well, that's the songwriter, but still, could be a book. Could be a poem. Different ways to be an author. And then we have energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. So being around you could, heal some people. Which is why they're trying to slow you down and keep you stuck. Which is why if you go after this peaceful path and go through this gateway, they will no longer be with you or come with you. And or this otherworldly, there could be energy drainers and vampires. Um and it's time to let them go and release them because they're just gonna continue to like feed off your energy, drain you, slow down your growth, slow down your process, this change in your life. And they doing it like intentionally pretty much. Because that's the only way they will be able to be around you and continue to be around you. Right? With this responsibility and little siblings, little brother, little sister, they might try to make you feel needed or feel like this woe is me kind of thing. Or always coming to you with problems. And with this your sensitivity, like you have your own problems you have to deal with, you have to focus on. So you don't need their problems on top of that. Especially if they're old enough to handle their problems and deal with their own problems. Just let them do it. Because if roles was reversed, they would just left you to fend for yourself. And that's what you got to do at this point. With this responsibility, you got to like look at your own responsibilities and do what's best for you. If this make changes and like you becoming more sensitive, you have to make changes accordingly. You have to like your responsibility might be changing, and you have to do certain things accordingly. Like you can't spending your time and energy on certain things that you didn't have like it wasn't a problem before, but now it's starting to become a problem because you need that energy to focus on something else. So it's just like it'd be best to just like, yeah, I can't deal with this right now. Can you like handle it on your own? Like I got my own things I gotta worry about and focus on. Then we have strength. Everything your experience in your life has made you stronger and courageous. Right? You can build up those boundaries and defend yourself from those boundaries and make those new connections and realize that some people might be putting things on your plate that's just not your responsibility because you're strong enough to deal with it. You're strong enough to handle it. You can handle their problems and your problems. So it's like, what did I say about them? That they're not strong enough to handle their own problems, which is why they want you to do it. And then it's just like, no, like I have my own problems I got to deal with, but then I don't have the strength to deal with my own problems because I'm so busy fighting your battles. So it's just like, it's not even my battle. It's not my responsibility to deal with it. You deal with it. And, complete that chapter and move on. Whoever stays, stays. Whoever don't, stays, don't. You know, it is what it is. Just continue going with the flow. And then we have creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. See, could be art. It could be a book. It could be a poem. It could be a song. But they blocking your creativity that you don't even have because you're too busy worried about them and fighting their battles. You don't even have the time, the energy, or the strength to fight your own battles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have time to make a decision. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Now I'm going to use my character deck. And then with this Arthur and this energy healing, whatever you write or whatever you're doing, whatever you're creating, it will also heal you for one to get it out, and it will also heal everybody else that comes in contact with it. So whatever your story is, however way you tell it, it's gonna help people and resonate with people. That's why it's time to make a decision. Are you gonna let these people slow you down and affect like your future, this new beginning for you? Or you're gonna choose you and do what's best for you and have them fight their own battles and you fight your own battles. Because with this, like everything that you experience, you're robbing them of experiences to build up the strength. If they feel like you're strong enough and you're capable of handling your problems and their problems, it's like, you know what, you're right. You want to know how? Because I was busy fighting your problems. So if you fight your own problems, you will be as strong as me. Like, you go ahead, you do it. You just get them out the door real fast, Don't give them time to talk. And then they realize that, they can do it on their own. If they can't, well, shouldn't be doing it anyways. Like, you win some, you lose some. That kind of thing. But taking responsibility or trying to fight other people's battles is not your job. So we have, I didn't know what or when, but I knew I would know when I knew it. King Boomy. See, I've been saying, Spirit was trying to communicate with you. That sounds like the way that they're trying to communicate, King Boomy. It's just, that is just, when the time is right, the time is right, and when it's time for the change, change will happen. You probably sitting here like wondering when it's gonna happen. When you put in the effort, as well as rather than just sitting here and praying, wishing, and manifesting it, and putting in the effort and realizing, because they're trying to say like, but King Boomy was trying to say like he knew Aang was gonna come back. He don't know when Aang was gonna come back, but he knew Aang was gonna come back, and Spirit is just like, this change is coming. I don't know when this change is coming, but the change is coming, and you just sit here like, that doesn't help me. I want answers. I want a day. And it's just like, well, the change will come, and the change will happen when you let this person out of your life. So we waiting on you. And then you just like, Nah, like I said I want this, and the third. Then just let it like release them, let them go, and it's just like, sweetie, no, there's free will. You keep allowing this person to come back in your life. Every time we say, "Whoo, go away," he go away, and they go away. You pick them back in, like you using your free will, and like you know, gotta use your free will to be like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not taking responsibility for this. I'm not allowing you back in. Right? So we have, come on, Trent, your daughter and your sister are out there. And he was like, that doesn't sound right. You see, they projected like to. You sitting here tell it. Hold on, can't see it. Like, come on, your daughter and your sister is out there. That does not sound right. Like, they're not my family. Like, that's not my daughter. That's not my sister. That's not my wife. Like, they not out there. Okay? Like, don't project your problems onto me because it's not my responsibility. You go and find your family. Then we have, I will fight for my family until the last breath. See what I said? What I said, bro. I forgot. I think it was Ezra that said that. Ezra? That's not him. Wrong person. Wrong show. Elijah. Yo. Ezra used this, make this into a book with that author. Right? But you start with that energy healing, like I said, with that strength, like you start building up those boundaries, realize like, yeah, I gotta do what's best for me. What's best for me is not dealing with your shit. You deal with your shit. Here you go. Like, and it's like you fight for the people that support you. Right? Not those people that just enabling you, like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Like, no. They're just trying to cause chaos and conflict in your life. Like, no. Now, okay, Lucy did from time to time. Okay. He protect Bean. Even Elfo. Okay? Like, support. But it's like, there's some people that just will support you when it benefits them and no other time. It's like, it always have to benefit them, and it's just like, nah, you fight your own battles. I'm not responsible for that. Especially if I wasn't there, I'm not responsible for it. Like, none of my, I'm good. And then if you ever watch Daria, like the dad, he low-key can't think for himself. So it's like, it's certain people, right, that will want you to do it because, like I said before, they don't have the strength that you have. And then it's just like I said before, like, oh, you want to know how I got so strong? Fighting your battles and my battles. So you fight your own battles, so you be strong like me. Okay? Boom. Like, and then we have, things in this world usually turns out okay. There's no point in worrying about the future. Right? You're trying to find a peaceful path. Things will turn out okay when you start realizing what you're responsible for, what you're not responsible for. Like, I once had a job and the person, well, the manager kept trying to tell everybody, like, their position and their job description and stuff like that. Say less. Say less. Okay? Say less. I know what I'm responsible for, what I'm not responsible for. So don't ask me for anything that I'm not responsible for. Right? Then we have phrasing. So, probably I would just do it the way I said it, probably. Like, phrase stuff here. But either way, just like, or how people say things. They need to watch how they say things. Just like, don't, right? Because like I just said, they kept trying to tell me my responsibility. Not just me, but tell a lot of people their responsibility. But then at the end of the day, or like few days later, coming to us for like advice and help and ideas. And it's just like, that's not in my job description. And then get upset. Watch what you say. You told me to stay in my lane to my job even defined it for me. I know my job. Like, and that's not in it. Like, right, with this strength and like That's not my job. Your responsibility. It's not my responsibility. Man, you have your life. You made your choices, your decisions. I made my choices and my decisions, and I gotta be responsible for that. Just like you have to be responsible for your choices and your life decisions. You do that. You decided to do that. You fight that battle. I didn't tell you to do it. I didn't. No. Mm-mm. 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 You gotta take responsibility for your own actions. If you said something and it came out wrong, because the card that was about to come out was misunderstanding, and it was a misunderstanding, and you chose to let it be blown out of proportion, you take that responsibility. You chose to do that. Especially if that person trying to come to you and squash it, you chose to be immature and drag it. Okay. So now they no longer want to be around you, be in your space, they grow in and stuff like that. Don't try to come in now and make it seem like you was always rooting for them, y'all was always friends, and da 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 da. Like, no. No. That's not my responsibility. We're not friends. We're not friends. Okay? Then we have, you're the only one who brings color into my dull, gray ash that my heart is. Right? They want to be around you to feed, because they feeding off your energy. They feeding off that strength that you have. If you leave, who's gonna fight their battles? They have to, and they can't. So what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna find somebody else to try to fight them battles, or they just simply just you know, whatever life takes them, life takes them. Like, because it's not your responsibility to deal with other people's problems or do your job and do their jobs. Like, no, that's not in my job description, and I'm not getting paid for that. Like, and I don't even want to do it. Like, mm-mm. Let's see if there's anything else. No. I'm gonna use the light and shade. Seeing that I use the shape shift. Cause even it could be a job, it could be family members, it could be friends, it could be a lot of people. But either way, they trying to take like your willpower, your strength, and your ideas and stuff like that, and use it to their own advantage and their own benefits. And trying to make you do certain jobs and take on certain things that if it was your responsibility when it's not. Like I said, trying to tell me what my job is, defined it, and it was like, alright, no problem, heard you. Heard you. Heard you. But this Frasian pretty much trying to tell people to stay in their lane. It was like, alright, I'm in my lane. Don't gotta tell me. But don't come in my lane by the time after you told me to stay in my lane. And then try and put me in your lane. Like, no. My lane is free and clear. Okay? Because it's my lane. It's for me. Like, nobody else is in this. Like, stay over there. Like, you know, that kind of thing. My lane is clear because I only got to worry about me. And your lane, it will be clear because you only got to worry about you. Don't come in my lane and then worry about what I'm doing in my lane. You ain't supposed to be here. Like, no. And then we have Breaking Dawn. Violet Angel. Ooh, I guess I gotta shuffle again. Oh, with this breaking dawn, like something could be breaking soon. With this change, that can be like the change is coming real soon. Um, a brand new day with this new beginning, this gateway. Things is gonna change, and it's gonna like I said, those people that you probably thought was with you. You see how like you in this change, in this transition, this portal. You see that they weren't. You see how fast they switch up on you. Where we have Lady with a Brooch Egg, Ancient Wisdom. Right? We had that earlier. But if you look at it, this person was like, there was always signs that this person was never actually for you from the beginning. Or we are friend from the beginning. Then we had, don't know how to say that word, Princess with powerful personal growth. Right? They're just trying to stop your personal growth because they're not growing. You grow, you will see that they're not on your level and they can't grow to the level that you are on. And if you don't surpass them, then you won't really see that. So, which is why they're trying to keep you stuck. Put a whole bunch of things that's not your responsibility, not your like problems to deal with. So you won't grow. You see clearly. So you won't be able to see clearly, right? You won't realize what they're doing. You too stressed out, don't have the energy to do what you want to do. And spend like take time for yourself and think for yourself. Let me see. I'm gonna end it with the Celtic. Okay. 6. That's the last. We have the Maiden with Innocent Love Past. You probably thought it was all love in the past. Thought like it was innocent, sweet. But now that you know better, gotta do better. Then we have Sacred Waters, Deep Healing, Emotion, and Pilgrimage. Right? Gotta get away from this person in order to heal. And then we have the Pentagram, Protection, Balance, and Unity. Because like once you start healing, you get away from this person. You like I said before, you start to realize like this person really wasn't your friend. They were just using you or projecting their problems onto you, wanting you to fight their battles. And like I said, once you know better now, you start doing better. You start protecting yourself more, um, and becoming more balanced within inside yourself and moving forward, and uniting with like actual friends, genuine friends, and people that really support you and care for you. And you also protect yourself from these like people that's out there. Then we have Oak with Doorway, Strength, and Journey. Right? With that personal growth, they're just like slowing down your personal growth, your healing journey, and trying to distort like your vision and slow like if you're exhausted, you won't be able to think straight or see things clearly, which is what they wanted to do. cause a whole bunch of problem and stress, so that your life is dull and gray, feel like there's no hope or anything like that. You stressing out, you worried, and it's like it's time for that to come to an end, because you just, it's not your responsibility to deal with that. That was theirs. You can't fight their battles for them. That's their battle. You didn't even initiate the battle. It's like a duel, okay? And then, even in a duel, back in the old days, okay? They didn't put the second person in first. It's like, no, 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 no. Just in case this person didn't show up, then I go in. Maybe. A little bit. But if this person show up and they ain't here, you shoot them. You don't shoot me. Okay? You okay? That kind of thing. I'm just a witness. Witness kind of thing. But they want you, they were the one that initiated the duel, but they want you to fight their duel for them. It's like, no, 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 no. I wasn't even there when you talked about this duel. I don't even know this person. I don't even know what y'all dueling about. Why I gotta fight? Like, it's that kind of thing. They want you to do it when it's not your responsibility. Because they can't do it from themselves, or they're scared to do it from themselves. And, but yet they have like this big talk and do all this like kind of things that if they can, and they will when they can't. Like I said, with the father, he low-key can't think for himself. And then we have the green fairy, mischief, freedom, and recklessness. You see what I said before? If you can't, you might have to let go of some people, because if you bring them with you, it's going to cause a lot of mischief. Like I said, you think it's love now, but then you try to, it's going to turn real sour real fast. And we have the herbalist, herbs, medicine, and healing. They're affecting how you heal, your healing process. They will either don't want you to heal or wouldn't want you to heal. Because if you heal, they know they can't be around you anymore. They will no longer be there. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the crone, the fairy of godmother, wisdom, future, truth. That this person is not going to be part of your future. And they know that. They don't want you to see that. So they can get as much time as they can. Fuck up as much as they can. Do as much mischief as they can. While, the door's open. While they can. It's like a party. Imagine, even though you say don't mess anything up, don't do this, don't do that, there's always going to be like certain group of people that like spill things, fuck shit up and stuff like that. There's one of those people. They just need an excuse and a reason. They will have no problem just fucking shit up. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. But with this, you can see clearly the clairvoyance. Like I said, your spirit team or your ancestors or whoever you want to call them was trying to communicate with you, tell you the truth, give you the answers that you're trying to seek. So you can see clearly and get out of this. And your intuition probably was sending you signs or was telling you the answers the whole time. Like, you're not bugging, this person is. Right? This person is saying this. Right? And you're like this. Like, that doesn't sound right. Because you know that that's not your responsibility. That's not your job. Like, you're for one, I can tell you he doesn't have a daughter. Like, Trent doesn't have a daughter. So it's just like that's not, you're not talking to me. Like, that's not, I don't know who you're talking to, but that's not me. Like, that doesn't, like, but yeah, trying to project their problems onto you, their issues and stuff like that. But either way, yeah, this is why life breakers keep coming up, or why they keep saying to get away from this person, why you gotta release some people. Either way, and that's it for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you or helped you in any way, shape, or form, then I am glad. Thank you for watching. If you're a returning person, thank you. Other than that, I'll see you next time.